Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
The show starts
right here, right
This
now.
is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
We breaking news again. Hog HQ Live, tell a Razorback friend. Hot Adam DP, the squad you can trust. On every platform, we never adjust. From the hills to the streams, we the Hog Dream Team. Dropping Razorback gems, y'all know what I mean. Heart with the insight, sharp as a tusk. Adams takes heavy, break the mic in the dust. DP in the cut, stat sharp as a blade. Talking hoops, talking football, every play gets made. Razorback Nation, call it Hog Vibration. On Facebook, YouTube, even Twitch sensation. Instagram scrolling, X marks the spot. When the pigs hit the field, we reporting the plot. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the press to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the press to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. DP crunching numbers that I'm setting the tone.
What's going on, everybody? This is your main man, Ox Smooth Baron, and you're tuned in to Hog HQ. Woo! Pigs, woo! Go Hogs!
Well. Back with another great episode of Hog HQ Live, brought to you by the Hog Talk Podcast. Let me introduce the guys as we get started this evening. This gentleman right here, this is Adam.
My audio is all jacked up.
We don't need to hear what you have to say. And this gentleman right here, this is Mr. Hart. We're glad to have you back. Somehow, Adam will get his audio together as he gets off air to get that together. Either way, go Transplant Texan. Thank you for the comment. You are accurate this week, sir. So once again, this is Daddy DP, Headed Adam, who just exited and coming back. And Hart is back. Ryan, hello. Thank you for checking in this evening. And my brother saying that the Hogs basketball is going to give him hope. He's a very impatient fan. So anytime things don't go how you feel they should go, he gets upset about it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I figured out what it was.
Okay, gotcha.
It's because I had the tab open for YouTube,
Okay.
and so I was hearing that music versus, we're good though.
Yeah, glad you get that together, sir.
Well, if I just hopped off altogether, I don't know that y'all would know how to like end the stream and stuff and do everything later.
I can't from the app.
This is the part where you're not supposed to like support the bullshit that he's on, okay? You're just supposed to just make it seem like, yeah, we got this. Transplant Texas, thank you for checking in this evening, sir. And of course, Adam, who's on the screen, says, "Hey, did you say it like that?"
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. It just looked. I read the way you typed it. Hey, so I don't know what it is. Either way, man. Either way it go. Nathan said it's an operator error. Yeah. No doubt about it. Hogs men's basketball. More Q1. Oh, qualified. Yep, wins. Yep, absolutely. Transplant Texas, we talking about Kentucky. Yeah. Look, at this point, I've seen clips where they talk about how John Tyson sent them some food or something like that, and they thank us for taking Calipari off their hands. Oh, how the tables have turned. Sorry about you. Sorry about your boy Diego not winning the Heisman. Hey, Ty.
Hey, but Mendoza won.
Hey, and you know what that means? And I'm going to find the clip because I was going to get it together for the day. It was week 2 of the season, and I said, "Has anybody recognized how many Hispanic quarterbacks there are?" And Adam was like, "You're still talking about this?" And I'm like, "No, I think this is a thing. I think this could really be a thing." And sure enough, the Heisman winner even spoke to his family in Spanish. I wonder if some people had an issue with that. This is America. But I digress. We're moving on.
Hey, what's our official language? All right, we don't have one. Anyway.
All right. So look, this evening we will definitely be discussing Hog hoops as well as some of the hires from Silverfield and his staff, and touching on a couple other items as we touch into. We know the season is slow. We got a couple bowl games coming up, so we'll definitely dive into some things, and we'll get into some scores in a minute. Ryan with the comments saying, "Yeah, Kentucky fans are soaking right about now." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Press 1 for English. Would you like to make it?
Hey, well, if you had those, the new Apple AirPods, they have the live translation.
Oh, you mean the ones that the same people that sponsor the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the halftime show.
The halftime show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just wear those and you'll be all right.
Yeah, a lot of people don't miss this. This is not personal. It's not feelings. This is business at the end of the day. And people are making money off other people's frustration. This is how it works. Leave politics out of it and stick to ball. No doubt.
I didn't know we brought up politics, but okay.
And we didn't.
Mm-mm.
But anytime you get talking about something other than sports, it's politics. So you know how that works. Huge win in Dallas. Absolutely. Hoop Hogs take care of business versus Texas Tech. Now, when I thought about this game, I thought about last year's game. I thought about JT Toppin and getting pulled and set on the bench. No. That was him. Yeah. So trying to see if there's going to be some type of revenge game for him and Texas Tech as well. But Arkansas has a new squad, have some elite true freshmen in there. And Trevor Brazile is showing why we feel like this is the guy that we always wanted to see since we first seen him. Looking very athletic, has a lot of bounce in his steps. Also is, I think one of the best plays I've seen him do was the pump fake from the 3-point line and then take it to the cup and not. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that'll get you to the league. You know what I'm saying? So being someone who is long and athletic, can put the ball on the floor. Don't do that, Adam. Don't do it.
What?
The little look you just gave. I already know what it's going.
Yeah.
In previous videos, Kevin says. But
shit happens.
Yeah. Trevor Brazile being able to put the ball on the floor, that's what NBA scouts want to see from him. They know he has athleticism. They know he can get on the glass when he needs to. And he knows that he can also get blocks. So being able to put it all together is something that he needs to show consistently in order to get his stock up for the NBA draft. So thoughts on the game versus Texas Tech, guys? And we will get to that boy Diego.
Oh. Talked about it on Hog Talk. Everybody's been talking about it since the game and during the game, but referees need to reevaluate calling travels because JT Toppin was skating all over the place, and it's one of those things when you plant your pivot foot and then you pick it up and take 2 more steps, it's a walk. So I got tired of that. At the same time, Arkansas still did whatever they needed to do, diving on loose balls, creating steals, creating havoc. And I know a lot of folks don't like the all over the place, running wild aspect, but I think that that's when this team performs best. And I think that it makes other teams uncomfortable when they can't slow things down.
Correct.
So while it all may seem haywire at some point, I'm all for it because it creates, like I said, a sense of havoc that just Arkansas seems to be able to control, and other teams just don't know what to do. And then obviously once you're in Dallas, you're at a neutral site. And the Arkansas fans once again showed up and showed out. So they were loud. And yeah, the Trevin Brazil, pump fake, 2 steps, dunking it. There's no reason that he can't do that, more often. Cool. But he was filling it from 3, 4 for 5 from 3-point. This is definitely the Trevin Brazil that we've wanted to see, that we knew was out there. So now let's just see if we can see it on a consistent basis. I know previously I've been vying for DJ Wagner to have more opportunity really to run this offense. He looked a couple steps slow. Defense was a little off yesterday. So Darius Acuff showed up. Darius Acuff took over when he needed to take over. He's showing why he's, Cal's point guard for this team. You look at years past with the point guards that Coach Cal has had, and Darius Acuff fits that mold. So it was good to see. Malik Thomas had an off game. That's going to happen. Darius Acuff has had off games. It's going to happen. So just having other teammates showed up. Welcome to this. And I know he's had other decent games, but welcome to the season, Carter Knox.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you for not waiting until SEC season is halfway through to show up.
Correct.
And I don't mean that as a shot at him by any means, but that is the Carter Knox that we have all been waiting to see. I know post game there's a little bit of a scuffle. I think Trevin Brazil was shaking hands in the line, and one of the Texas Tech coaches or GMs or somebody slapped his hand away. Got a little bit petty, a little bit salty. It's one of those, hey, Arkansas wasn't the aggressor in that, so be it. It happens. That was Arkansas's revenge game from last season.
Correct.
Texas Tech ended their season, so Trevin Brazil talked about it post game. They've had this game circled, and they got what's theirs. Obviously, the tournament's what matters, so maybe they'll see each other again in March.
Yeah. Looking at it hard, I think about looking at the score and looking at the style of play going into halftime, and then looking at how these guys came out the locker room and performed. I've seen the comment on here talk about all the passing. Seems like the chemistry is getting together. What did you see in the second half of this game that made you impressed by what Cal was putting on the floor?
Well, you got a half-court team in Texas Tech, wanting to run the ball through the paint. And Cal made the adjustment and turned it into a full-court game. Started pressing on them a little more here and there. It was spotty. It wasn't the whole game, but it definitely we got a 10-second call on them, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Several turnovers. And, people were saying, you got to play. They want the old 90s back, the 40 minutes of hell. And you kind of get the modern version of that with this team. Because they're great in transition. They're, if not possibly the best team in the nation in transition. Maybe not statistically, but athletically they are. Brazil, continued maturation. It's great to see that. I saw how Cal was saying that every day he tells him he has to make him smile.
Yep.
To do something to make him smile. And that's what's needed with Brazil, I think. And, him with 24 and 10, and you got Acuff with 20 and 8 assists, and then Knox with 20 and 6 rebounds. And that's what you're going to need from this team, especially with DJ kind of playing. I think he's more of a, I don't want to call it a backup role, but he's there. He's the glue man. He's going to, fill the gaps where it's needed, and he's going to step up and make his plays. I think he's going to make some clutch plays like he did last year. Malik Ewan, that was probably the best game he's had this year. He was getting up there skying for some rebounds like Brazil does. Good putbacks, and he didn't walk like JT walking. Christian Anderson, I didn't like him scoring all the points. I think he was 8 of 11 from on the game, but that one I didn't like. But that was partially because of JT walking, getting to go wherever he wants. So we had a double team, sometimes triple team. But all in all, another game where I think we were the better team. Maybe they might have had the better player per se, but that's partially because he gets away with stuff just like Boozer did. But besides that, continued progress. Sweet 16 is the floor. I keep saying it. I know the tournament is a crapshoot, but the Sweet 16 is the floor with this team.
Gotcha. Adam, as you go through what you're going through over there, can you find a scuffle and get it together?
I'm already doing that.
I already know, Michelle. We see you. We got you. This is the thing that's interesting, and I did this during football season, and it's key. A lot of people are so caught up in the moment that they have short-term memory and they don't understand how playing all these games. I think they played the top 8 teams.
They're playing all Elite 8 teams throughout this season, non-conference and SEC play.
These are the type of things that are going to build character. These are the type of things that you can put on film and you can learn from, whether win or loss, and take back to practice and learn from these things, because you're going to see it again. You're going to see it again come conference play as well as postseason play. So this is one of those things where I keep looking back at the Michigan State game. I look at the Duke game, and just like you talked about, people talking about he was doing a little chicken, the little arm hooking thing in the Duke game. Now you talk about Toppin walking. These are things that you're going to deal with, and you cannot let the game be dictated by the referees. You have to be able to take control of the game and leave no doubt when it comes to winning the game and taking control and doing what you need to do to get possession of it. So those are things that's going to be key for Kyle and his team. I love the way that we keep seeing different people emerge. We've seen Ewan emerge the last couple of games. Carter Knox finally showed up, did what he could do. Malik had a down game. Acuff is somewhat more consistent than most people. The game that we've seen from Brazil, like I said, these are things that I want to see on a consistent basis to make him an all-SEC guy, as well as a potential high draft pick. Transplant Texan with the comment, in the game where the Hogs were not shooting at their average percentage from the line, the charity stripe was much more gracious to Arkansas, made a difference in the game.
Arkansas shot 16 more free throws. They shot 65% versus their like 77 or 78% on the season. So it's one of they weren't knocking as many down, but shooting 16 more free throws goes a long way. Yeah. And to me, that says that y'all were trying to create more shots. You're driving to the basket. You're trying to make things. You're not settling for jump shots and threes and whatnot.
Yeah,
I do have that scuffle when y'all are. So this is 2 different angles, and it doesn't show the initial what happened. I'm just going off multiple reports that the Texas Tech coach had slapped away Brazil's hand, which led to all this. So there's one angle from right behind the bench, and then there's another angle from the crowd from a couple different places. So here we go. Sure, the audio will get flagged on Facebook.
I was already questioning the audio in my head.
It's just the first video that I found, but it was that last part. I mean, Ronnie Brewer was kind of pushing the players like, "Hey, get to the locker room, get off the court, whatever." But at the same time, he was pumping up the crowd, hyping up the crowd, lifting his arms up and stuff. So at least Arkansas, like I said, wasn't the aggressor. On the first video, it was posted by somebody that covers Texas Tech, and he wanted to point out, that Trevin Brazil was throwing middle fingers. Like, he's pointing that out, but he was ignoring the fact of what started the whole thing to begin with, which is a Texas Tech coach being a little big back bitch. So it is what it is. Heat of the moment. 2 good teams, 2 tournament teams. see what happens. But for JT Toppin to get paid as much as he did to come back and play at Texas Tech, I would think he would learn to not travel with the basketball. But NBA, you can get away with whatever.
Yeah, it's an entertainment game. The thing that was interesting about that, so between Trevor Brazile going to the locker room, stretching with the towel, popping the fan in the face, between stop it, Billy, between Billy Richmond doing what he does, having a scuffle of the week. I just like the fact that in basketball you got some tough guys, and these are not fake tough guys. And it seems like when one get into it, they all get into it. These are things that build chemistry throughout the season. They got fight in them. They find a way to win, and it seems like they have each other's back. Hart, you about to say something?
Yeah, well, I mean, we always say we want dogs, and we always refer back to what Larry Johnson said to Nolan: "You better get you some men." Then we get some guys that have some fight in them, and then some people want to, get pissed off about it. And I just don't understand. It's not like they're out there getting technical fouls like we had under Musselman, where we had like the most technical fouls we've had in a season. I can't remember what the number was, but it was like every game, multiple players were getting it along with him. And I don't like how people are shedding a light on that with this team, because I think they got some fight in them, and a lot of these players have unfinished business from last year. They thought they could win it all, and they really think they can win it this year.
Yeah, if you know nothing else about Razorback fans, like you got different segments of fandom, and you can't make everybody happy. Like, I try to respect everybody's opinions and decisions, and we can agree to disagree on several things, including the head football coach, the hire, the staff, which we will get into at some point. But at the end of the day, be happy somebody want to be here, and let's just hope for the best, and we'll see what happens when it happens. I remember people talked about Coach Kyle when he got hired. Oh my God, he's washed up. I can't believe he's coming here. Why did we go get this person? Why didn't we keep this person?
Which is funny now is if you look at any of the Kentucky like Facebook groups or whatever else, I mean, a lot of them, general consensus is we miss Cal.
Right.
And they took for granted the caliber of player that he brought in.
Yep.
Starting, what are they now, 9-4 or something on the season? I mean, Kentucky fans are ready to kick Mark Pope to the curb.
Gotcha. Ryan is hilarious. Ryan is hilarious for this comment right here. Some basketball guys are tougher than football players, but I digress. You've been watching. I love it. I love it.
I bet Billy Richmond wouldn't get drugged 8 yards.
Damn.
Just saying it.
It is what it is. But yeah, I like the fight of this team, man. Like I said, we got some guys. We're not just targeting on one guy. This isn't Mason Jones. This isn't what's the dude that dribble 1,000 times and take the shot when he wound
JD Note.
JD Note. And those are great players at their time on that team. But to have multiple guys who understand their role, I think that's part of what basketball is all about. Sharing the ball, understanding your role, getting the chemistry together, and do what's best for the team, not as an individual. Those are things that make you better week in and week out.
I mean, look at in the NBA, the best team in the league last season and currently.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team full of guys who understand their roles with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
It's one of those that they're, even not being an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, I still enjoy watching their games because it's good basketball.
Yeah.
But, outside of SGA, I mean, there's not one person on that team that's a superstar.
Right.
So, but it's a team full of some stars and role players. And, we go back to when Eric Musselman was here. And, that was something that it took a little bit for Jordan Walsh to accept, but he accepted his role and he did a damn good job at it. And, picked 27th in the NBA draft, which we all thought, maybe that was kind of high. But then look where he's at now. He did his time in the G League. He's worked his way up into when they need him. He put him into the starting lineup, and he's good to go.
Yep.
One thing too, I think that with Coach Cal and like what he's doing, I look at Malik Thomas with this, is he doesn't need to start.
Right.
It's just fine coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
These players, and I think that there Matt goes.
I'm here.
I think going down to as these kids are younger, junior high, high school, or middle school, whatever they call it these days, high school and so forth, your minutes played matter more than whether you started or not.
Correct.
So, you're in the game 25, 30 plus minutes. That's a much bigger deal than starting and then playing 6 minutes. Doesn't matter.
Correct.
So whatever time you have on the court, make the most of it, contribute in whatever way. And if you're asked to play a certain role, play it. With a coach like Coach Calipari, and I'm even going to throw Eric Musselman into this mix because he puts guys into the NBA. He got to the Elite Eight. These are coaches that know what they're talking about, know what they're doing, and, listen to them. I think that's one of the things with Darius Acuff is I'm going to go play for the guy who's going to give me the easiest and best, not necessarily easiest, but the best path to the league.
Right.
And that's 100% what Acuff is doing this season is him and Coach Calipari is putting him to be one of the top guards drafted.
Absolutely.
NBA.
Absolutely. Before we move on from basketball, the next opponent, and when is the next game?
It is against
Tuesday at 8, I think.
Queens. Yeah. Play Queens on Tuesday, I believe. Or something.
We play Queens on Tuesday. I'm taking Malik Thomas for the 2.5, taking him over in the 2.5 for 3 points made.
Yeah.
8 o'clock. So it's
He's
an
gonna
8
be
o'clock
20.
game. So, folks, you have plenty of time after work to get to Bud Walton Arena.
And I would think more people are starting to get their time off or taking some time off for the holidays. It could just be me, but I would think that more people would show up. I do know this is the time of the year where the students are finishing up finals. So the students should be headed home at some point. Hopefully, like I said, the people who live locally.
I think they just had graduation Saturday. So
awesome. Yeah. So at this point, I would look to see if the people who live in the area, maybe they can get their kids some tickets. Looking at the attendance for this week's game, because students won't be there. Hopefully, get opportunities to show up and support the Hogs the same way they did this last game. So it was great to see. I heard no one say anything negative about the crowd this week.
No, I mean,
or the arena that they were in.
Took a little bit to get piled in, but once everybody got in there, I mean, it was loud.
Awesome. Get ready to read Kenny's comment, but you can go ahead and make the transition. Give me a little bit of we need a little ad for a second. But let me get Kenny's comment for a second. I think this year Cal has more guys understand their role, and he's done a better job in rotating this year also. Kenny, great comment there, because I think about the Musselman and the 7-guy rotation. Like, it was disgusting to see that. To know that once you went through those 7 or 8 guys, that was it. That was on people who's going to play, and nobody will get hot. And we'll have to wait and struggle and try to fight to the end of the game, which is why Coach will get pissed off and get into it with refs and players and get texts, because he recognized he didn't rotate enough people. People wouldn't get enough energy to play and bring that energy to the floor to make a difference in the game. Transplant Texan, how can you not want to see this team play regardless of the opponent? Absolutely. I think every game we play, it's a different task. They have an opportunity to show a different skill set. A different guy has an opportunity to step up. I looked at Carter Knox. Carter Knox vertical can't be that high. He barely get off the floor. I don't know what that is, but he better get his jump shot together, his mid-range together, if you want to do this NBA thing. Like I said, maybe at this point, somebody showed him tape from his combine or his tryout when he went and tested the waters. Maybe he's actually looking at things that they gave him and he's using it to his advantage to up his stock. But I like what I did see from him. But I did recognize he don't really get off the floor. He really don't get off the floor like that. So maybe he is a jump shot guy. Ty, if you have tickets and not going, just give to somebody who wants to be there. Great sentiment there, Ty. All right, we're gonna take us a slide break, throw us a quick little ad. Remember, tell a friend, share this with somebody. We'll be right back. Check it out. All right, guys, we are back. Before we jump into Coach Silverfield and the football staff and new hires and potentially some of the players who may be retained, I do want to add in there, going into 2026, we still are looking for a new sponsorship. So once again, if you are interested in being a sponsor for this program, you would like your ad to be ran, potentially boost your e-commerce or people coming through your doors, please let us know. Reach out to us and let us know. We do have a package for larger scale businesses as far as pricing, and for smaller scale to mid level businesses for pricing. I think that's only fair in this economy, and we want to support people who want to support us. So once again, if you're interested in being a sponsor, please let us know. We also want to thank you guys for inviting other people to the Hog HQ group, Facebook group. The Hog HQ Facebook group is growing, as well as the Hog HQ Live business page is growing. So we get new people every single day. We're excited to see the people who are joining the group. If you have someone in your family, because a lot of times I look at somebody and they'll say they have 25 people in the group, and I recognize all y'all have the same last name, y'all family. Can somebody get granddad a profile picture, please? Because when people submit to be a part of the group and they don't have profile pictures, it's sketchy. Who was the tall guy on the bench with the braids? Play-Doh. Who was that? The tall dude on the bench with the braids.
I'm looking at see if anybody stands out.
Paulo Samito?
I didn't think he has braids.
I didn't either. I'm just.
You thinking of a tall dude who don't play? That's what I thought about first.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because Sealy's only 6'7". No, man.
Hey, my boy back. As long as you don't.
6'7".
Look, right on time. I love that, my guy. I love it. So let's get into this college football. I think Transplantation, you had a comment. I'll find it at some point and bring it back up. It was hilarious. But I will say this. Ryan Silverfield is doing what he needs to do with the time that is provided. We have not heard anything in regards to numbers with NIL. We don't know I don't think we'll ever know the actual numbers. I think we will be able to see when it comes down to who is actually pulled in via transfer portal. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Also excited about the players who decided to be all in and stay on the roster. We do know at the presser we had KJ Jackson. We also had
Quincy Rhodes.
That's his name. And also had Braylon Russell.
CJ Brown was next to.
The only thing hey, if Braylon Russell comes back, great. But I'm just waiting for I'm going to enter, I'm going to come back, I'm going to enter, I'm going to come back. So him saying that he's going to come back until he suits up next season, I'm not let's get out of the transfer portal window in January, and then I'll be like, okay, he's going to be here.
I think the reason that we may not see that is because he didn't play the latter half of the season, which means he didn't get to put a lot on tape. And at this point, looking at the backs, he's really a goal line back of what he's done thus far. So, Matt, I think you said in the group text, or Adam, one of you guys said something about he made to lose 20 pounds and get faster.
I did.
Yeah, so I think that will definitely be an attribute to him. Hopefully the strength and conditioning coach understands what that's like. And we're not talking about somebody running 22 miles per hour and then they're chasing a defender. Somebody on the opposite side of the ball come game time. I don't want to hear it. Silverfield winning over the fans by calling the Hogs more than Dana Altman and not blocking fans on X like Pittman. He's coaching. Time will tell. Definitely love it. He was super tough.
I think it's got to be Samito.
Gotcha.
He's like 7'1", so.
Gotcha. Looks like Logan. Logan, thank you for checking in with us. Can you go back on him real quick? Hold on. Russell's all in. Does his daddy know? Hey, somebody asked about Bishop. You never know. You never know.
Which one? I don't know.
Logan.
Logan's, yeah.
Yep. So Logan said, looks like he's actually hiring a good staff. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think we all have in our mind who we want to be. I'm pretty sure somewhere along the line, we know we need defensive line help, and we hope that Coach O would be one of those people that get announced. That it looks like that's not happening. But the guys he is pulling in, they have a variety of experience, NFL as well as college. maybe not the biggest name schools that we can think of, but the statistics behind their work speaks dividends. William Brown with the comment, I'm honestly surprised they allowed Russell to come back. I guess the new staff to give him a clean slate. Why not?
Yeah,
Why
they
not?
don't know the history. Other than
But
Morgan Turner, nobody knows the history.
I think at the end of the day, and I'll say this, in for Braylon Russell's in his defense, I'll say this. We don't know what those conversations look like inside of the locker room, inside of the offices of the head coaches or position coaches. We don't know if some of these guys were promised certain things and they were dealt a bad hand. Maybe the staff ridiculed on some things. Either way it go, I feel like Braylon Russell's experience has maybe gave him some insight, maybe some maturity. People do mature, people do change. So hopefully he takes that and runs with it, no pun intended, and does what he needs to do to be a successful back in the SEC and make a name for himself in an Arkansas uniform. So we always crying about people leaving the state. This is somebody that's from the state. You finally got him. I know he had some trouble in the past, but let's just see what happens at this point. I like the fight and optimism around the football team, but he needs to be careful about what he says. We learned that with Sam, but I'm all in. Yeah, I think, Ryan, I think the thing you may be speaking on is some people saying, well, hold on, let me kind of paraphrase what he said. People are saying it's going to take me 3 years. No, we're going to win now. I was like, whoa. Pump your brakes. We ready to win. So don't say that, because we're going to talk shit about you if you don't win. So be careful. I want to give him grace regardless of what he says, because I don't know what this money looks like in regards to putting in people in the transfer portal. You got something to say? Is Courtney Crutchfield coming back?
Hadn't announced yet. Wouldn't, but if he does, more power to him.
All right, Silverfield is bringing in a football GM. Sam was content to let outsource Yurchek find him a GM that didn't even have a Facebook background.
Football background.
I'm sorry. Arkansas is a basketball school.
Actually, it's a track school.
Track and field school. Can we stop? If we just talking facts and talking statistics, and we talking trophies, championships, is a track and field school.
So hires brought in so far. Well, whatever. Let me see. So obviously Silverfield, Tim Cramsey, offensive coordinator, previously at Memphis. Ron Roberts, defensive coordinator, previously at Florida. Chad Lunsford, special teams coordinator, previously at Auburn. Clint Trickett, quarterbacks coach, previously OC at Jacksonville State. David Johnson, running backs coach, previously at Florida State. Larry Smith, wide receivers coach, previously at Memphis. Morgan Turner, tight ends, staying put here at Arkansas. Marcus Johnson, offensive line coach, Ohio State. Jeff Myers, offensive line coach, Memphis. Marion Hobby, defensive line coach, Tennessee. CJ Williford, safeties, Georgia State. TJ Rushing and Darren Wilson, defensive backs. Crowley, general manager from Arizona. Scott Gasper, they haven't said his position. He's from Memphis, and Noah Franklin, strength and conditioning from Memphis. We touched on this kind of in our crew text about Marion Hobby, defensive line coach. And he was this last season a defensive analyst for Tennessee Volunteers. Previous 8 years before that, he had 3 stops in the NFL: the Jaguars, the Bengals, and the Dolphins. I don't know if a lot of you folks watch NFL. A lot of y'all have said you don't anymore. Those are 3 of the worst defensive lines in the NFL over those 8 seasons. So I'm not sold on this hire. And previously, before the NFL, he was the co-defensive coordinator at Clemson. So I'm not overhyped by the hires. I'm not knocking them in the sense of like, oh, these are terrible. I'm going to wait to see what product gets put on the field. My issue is how much we were oversold in the initial press conference. We were going to spend all this money. We were going to get SEC experience, and we were going to get NFL experience, and we were going to be blown away. And we haven't gotten that. So that's my only knock on the staff so far. I'm keeping an open mind about the guys he's bringing in and what they can do and all that. Like I'm just, like I said, I want to wait till the product's out on the field to really go through and give them kudos or crap on them or whatever else. This just is not the staff that we were sold. And that's my only knock on it, is just what we were told versus what we're getting.
Gotcha. Hart, what you got? Take on the staff that's been named thus far?
I mean, I pretty much echo what Adam said. I mean, I like the running backs coach. I think he could possibly bring us some recruits. I mean, you can pick and choose things that you like and dislike about most of them. I kind of like a little bit of camaraderie of him bringing some of his offensive staff with him from Memphis, since that's what he hangs his hat on, really. And I just want to wait and see. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't like being what they were doing, under delivering and on what they were promising, and we'll just have to see. Maybe they're saving money and they're going to use it towards NIL. But
what do y'all think about circling the block?
On who?
Darren Wilson.
I'm not against that. I think I'm sorry, Hart. I want you.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Darren Wilson. So if you remember, at one point, Darren Wilson was part of the secondary coaching staff, part of T. Will and the thing about it, I think he coached safeties, specifically safeties. I think it's going to be good in the sense of he understands the lay of the land when it comes to Arkansas, the politics that come with Arkansas, the level of recruiting that has been done, but the potential that it also carries. Maybe with more money and a head coach with a different mindset, maybe we can bring in a different type of athlete with his experience. Once he was booted from the staff, once he left the staff, he went and became a defensive coordinator. So he gained more responsibility and learned how to run the whole process. Now he's confined back to being a part of just specialty players on defense. So I think he gained a wealth of knowledge in his time away from Arkansas. And I think it's a good thought process to bring somebody back like that, even though I don't like us spinning the block on coaches when there's so many people that have potential to do it. I do want to get these comments real quick. Got a couple on flag. So Williams comment, I definitely want to say that. I just want Bradley Shaw to come back, and I really hope we can get the Metcalf brothers back. Now that Michigan coach is out, William, any chance you know why the coach of Michigan was out? Maybe I was under a rock. I don't know. Either way it go, just know, William, that thing is undefeated, player. It's undefeated. It would be nice, but I don't. And I do know when those got the Metcalf brothers left, they took their NIL and gave it back.
Yes.
Yeah, so they left on a good note. So, like I said, I don't think it was any bad blood between them and the university. So maybe that's an opportunity where they could come back and find a home where they are familiar and will be welcome as well.
And who else could find a new home? That one right there.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'm with you.
Whittingham retired, so now technically, if Kane Archer asks for his release, it can be granted.
What could happen, but
I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. I'm just saying that opportunity is still there, and people are going to ask. So, yes, it can happen. Kane Archer can ask out of his letter of intent or his financial or whatever since Whittingham has retired, but I don't think it happens.
What if the stars are really aligned for Arkansas? Maybe if it's really happening. What if the Metcalf brothers come back, join Wilson in the secondary because they're familiar with him? Then Silverfield is smart enough to say, the portals open up. Hey, Kane, tell your brother at UCA, we want them an opportunity to come play. And y'all be on the staff together. That way your parents can come to one place and watch both of y'all play. If he's smart, he can think that way. That's what I'm just thinking. Being optimistic here.
What if Utah's telling them the same thing? Hey, your brother can come.
But why would you not want to play under a new regime at Arkansas? Save your parents the money to just come up there and see you play.
But it's going to be a new regime in Utah too.
But they really didn't want to go to Utah. He wanted to go to Utah because Arkansas didn't treat him right as far as his recruitment.
Maybe they want to go try one of those like soda Coke drive-throughs in Utah.
You just
They
being
have a
that
lot
per-
of those there.
You
Huh?
just being that person today, huh? You just
Yeah.
being that person. Yes.
It's too cold. Dude, it's like 30 degrees. It was 24 degrees when I woke up this morning.
Gotcha. Oh, I heard y'all got some type of frost thing coming through or something like that.
Yeah, for like a day. Stupid.
Okay. Gotcha. Derek says should have Florida and Tennessee covered in recruiting in regards to the staff. I am
Yeah, Tennessee, Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, like they're deep embedded.
Yeah, and
So
these
I'll
are
give it that.
we've been needing those places, so we can get back to recruiting Memphis, which is needed. I don't think we recruited Memphis heavy since
And Arkansas.
Yeah, most importantly, since Ken Hamlin played. I don't think we played Memphis like that. Silverfield needs to back it all up with the talk with wins. If he wins 7 games next year, then I will give him credit, but still short of his promises. I think Logan made a comment talking about the schedule next year, and he doesn't have high
Brutal.
hope.
But y'all know what's back. The Saturday after Thanksgiving is LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I think the 4th to last game is Arkansas, Missouri. So, but the
Halloween.
Golden Boot is returned to the end of the season.
That could be dope with two coaches at the helm at both universities.
Mm-hmm.
Who understands what that means towards the end of the season.
We get to end the season with Lane Kiffin.
Mm-hmm.
The future national champions.
There you go. The longest,
unless he goes to Bama.
The longest tenured Pittman hire, Scott Fountain, is out. Our Hogs tight end coach has been retained. He was the number one coach in the country as far as tight ends are concerned. I'm not disappointed in the recruits that he has brought in the tight end position. You're right. Yeah, we know Mello. Nobody watched track and field. We just know that they got banners and trophies everywhere. If he walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, well, we know how that ends. Logan with the comment here. Let's call it 4-8, talking about the schedule. They had an absolute blender of a schedule. We're not going to win, but let's hope we just in it.
We were in it most of the games last season.
That's a great point.
We just only won 2 of them.
Let me get David's long comment here. All right, Marion Hobby. Okay, speaking of some of the staff members, was in the NFL, Jaguars coach, 17, 18, had a nasty defense. He did, and should have beaten the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. Or was the coach for the Dolphins, 1920, when they had Brian Flores as the head coach, and defense was a strength. This is true. And when he was at the Bengals in 21-24, when the defense was causing havoc on offenses, when they went to the Super Bowl, the AFC Championship, he also was a coordinator and defensive ends coach at Clemson when they beat Bama for, I'm sure, the national championship.
Yeah, he was with Venables.
What was the player that he coached that came here?
Kelly? Xavier Kelly. Yeah, his claim to fame at Clemson was Xavier Kelly, who transferred to Arkansas and then spent 1 season in the NFL with the Baltimore Ravens before exiting the NFL.
Interesting. Transparent Texas says Yurichek had set up Hog football, failed from the jump. Yep, not surprised. He oversold the future under Silverfield, set up Silverfield to take the fall, and Yurichek doesn't get money support for him. I'm trying to figure out the amount of time that Silverfield plans on being here. Will he be here longer than Hunter Yurichek? That's what I'm trying to figure out at this point.
Yes. Because I think Yurichek, like I said, will be out in the next 1 to 2 years.
Right. Kenny says, for Silverfield to say we're going to win now sounds good. Probably coach speak, but I'm afraid he's going to get a rude awakening on how difficult it is to win consistent SEC. Time will tell. Absolutely agree with that.
But do you want to hear a coach come in and say, well, hopefully we do good. Hopefully we win some games. And I think in this world, because we've talked about it on this show, with the way the world is now with transfer portal and things of that nature, it's no longer taking 5 to 7 years to build your team. You know, you kind of have a 1 to 3 year turnaround time. And I feel like if you can't do it in that 1 to 3 years, probably not going to end very well. Because, I mean, we saw what happened in Kentucky with Mark Stoops.
Gotcha. Is it true he's going to target Nathan Brown? Not even sure who Nathan Brown is.
Nathan Brown has already said no.
Yeah.
He UCA head coach, and he turned it down to stay at UCA. But here's the thing with it: it would have been $150,000 more per year. Nathan Brown graduated high school from Russellville. Then he went to UCA. I think he played for UCA.
Mm-hmm.
And then he became a coach in 2010 at UCA, assistant coach, worked his way up. Now he's the head coach. This is a guy that he's at his dream job. He is where he wants to be. So I don't blame him one bit for not taking the Arkansas. I don't think it's a shot at Arkansas for him to not take that job. I think that he is at his dream job.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at one point he held the record for most touchdowns in a game. I think he threw like 8 touchdowns in one game for them back in the early 2000s. But I feel like he really debated on it because he tweeted at 4:30 in the morning, bear claws up or whatever they say there. And so I think that was his way of, waking up and saying, I'm just going to stay.
Was his wide receiver Mike Norvell?
No, I think Norvell was before him. Norvell was, I was there. Technically, I was there with both of them.
Showing your age.
Yeah. Norvell was a little earlier, I want to say.
William Brown seemed to answer my question. I asked him, why did the University of Michigan coach get fired? There you go. All right.
That's a good answer.
There you go.
And DoorDash drivers. Yeah, y'all watch out with them DoorDash folks.
Hey, gentlemen, how can I say this? You have to have some form of discipline. I know it's running rampant. It's everywhere you turn. I get it. You got to have some form of discipline, sir. At this age, you got to understand how this works. Either way it go. Hey, Miss Teresa said, Merry Christmas, y'all. Just got home from a Christmas party. What did I miss? We talked a little bit about basketball, and that we're speaking on the coaching hires in football. Miss Teresa, are you going somewhere for the holidays? Because we know you stay on a plane, on a trip. So let us know if you are going somewhere for the holidays. Ty says, guess SEC figured put Arkansas, Missouri is a rival. Yeah. We were sick of it. Plus, we were getting whooped every damn year. Maybe some motivation to come from that. Us not playing or making a make-believe. I still would like to get 3 trophies, though. Texas A&M, LSU, and Missouri. I would like to get the trophies, though. Gotcha. Not hard related, but Harding is poised to win the Natty in Division II.
They're playing for the championship this weekend, I believe.
Damn, he been at UCA for 16 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he all in on UCA. I can't be mad at that.
I think he coached under Norvell there. Didn't Norvell coach at UCA? Or am I making that up?
I don't know. I know Norvell, I just looked up, played there from 01 to 05, and then Nathan Brown was like immediately after that.
Yeah.
Michelle, you asked earlier who was a tall dude with the braids. It might have been Mike Norvell when he played at UCA.
Coaching
he had the cornrows in that mug.
Nathan Brown was the quarterbacks coach 2010 to 2013. Mike Norvell was a GA in 2006. Was the only time. So
okay,
he could have been there as a GA because it was around 2007 or 2008. Yeah, it either recruited him or was there briefly. Here, I'm going to put up the schedule for next season right quick, just for the folks who haven't seen
Justin,
it.
Hey, Justin, this right here, I made a reel. And on my reel, I said, did you not learn anything from Bob Petrino? Mel Tucker? Like, this has already happened before you. You learned absolutely nothing. Only thing that was missing, only thing that was substituted was the motorcycle for the DoorDash. That was the only thing that was substituted. It's wild work. Oh, and he called a charge. That was one of the wildest situations I ever had.
Yeah.
To get upset, and if you don't know, guys, y'all can go Google it yourself, but to get upset to find out because you get upset with your wife, leave and go to your side chick house and mess around and catch a charge. You shouldn't be mad. You should only just be embarrassed. You weren't embarrassed because you got exposed. Well, you weren't embarrassed because it happened. He was embarrassed because you got exposed. That's all it was. Because it came out. Go ahead with the schedule.
And you also threw away $6.1 million per year.
Dog. His wife and kids gonna be living nice.
Yeah. So the schedule, starting off with North Alabama. You know what I don't see on here is Little Rock game. How about that? North Alabama at Utah, home against Georgia week 3. Tulsa at Texas A&M, home against Tennessee, at Vanderbilt, off. Is this correct though? Because don't we have 2 bye weeks?
Nope. I looked at the one schedule, we only had 1.
Maybe. Anyway, bye week. Missouri at home on Halloween. Hey, Arkansas, bring out the anthracites with all black uniforms. I don't even care if folks don't like it. At Auburn, home against South Carolina, which South Carolina has brought in Kendall Briles as their offensive coordinator.
That's your boy.
At Texas, and home against LSU.
This is what's interesting to me. I'm looking at the comments referring to the schedule. Don't we say the same thing about the schedule every year?
It's so tough.
Yeah, but when you sorry, that's what you say. Like when you hope for the best, this is shit you say. I guarantee you, Georgia looked at the schedule and said, "Man, it looks tough, but we can get to SEC championship." No, when you are good and you are used to winning, this is what you look forward to because you understand strength of schedule. But when you're in a position to where you haven't been winning for years and you're just hoping for the best, I understand it. So it's no knock or hard feelings towards anybody about the schedule. But the schedule looks like you decide you want to stay in the SEC. Because when people say you're supposed to win to the Big 12, people's like, nah, we deserve to be in the SEC. Well, I mean, until you start winning consistently, the schedule's going to look tough until we make it happen. Hart, you about to say something? LSU band and Little Rock. That's gonna be tough.
I forgot what it was.
Is LSU playing at Little Rock?
No. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. They're playing in Fayetteville, but the Little Rock contract has run out, so it's not gonna be on there.
Oh, you never know if they figure out something. But
Yeah,
I know that the LSU band, for anybody that wants to go not egg a bus, but the LSU band will be staying in Fort Smith, Arkansas on Thanksgiving.
Gotcha.
At a hotel on Phoenix Avenue.
Right, so you can join Adam.
It's right across the street from, I think, a Jam Mart gas station. Y'all know.
Gotcha. The stadium will play Cotton Eye Joe and Mambo number 5 for the Halloween, Missouri game. Can't be a night game either because Hogs don't have a light show either. Hopefully the new coach is somebody who I spoke of earlier when we talked about the coaching search, somebody who can actually change the whole dynamic. The man won't change light bulbs. Maybe he'll change the light bulbs in the light show. It's possible. Anything can happen. Like I said, it's going to start small, but it'll be interesting to see exactly what he brings to the forefront. Maybe some things that he recognized that he wanted to see versus when he watched other schools that weren't available to him, afforded to him at Memphis. So maybe do some things. Let's see. Jamie, I seen you in the comments. Thank you for checking in. I'm sure you're probably working tonight. I'm glad you was able to take time to check in with us. Bring back DJ Derek. if we hadn't got Ron Roberts, who would you have wanted? And I didn't want Coach O as a defensive coordinator.
No.
That's a great comment, Justin. I think people just talking trash and didn't have a plan B.
What was your plan B?
But guess who had a plan B? The DoorDash guy. Yes, sir. Moving on. I don't know. Ron Roberts. Besides him, I didn't have a guy in mind. Defensive coordinator. I'm trying to think who that actually. I don't think I looked. Okay, my guy was Baker at LSU.
LSU.
Oh yeah.
But he ended up staying. That was my guy that I wanted. I actually wanted him as the head coach, but if we couldn't get him a head coach, I would look to see some of these staffs were being dismantled once the head coach was fired. I thought we'll go find somebody from the SEC who has some experience at a school who was winning and may bring a tradition to the defensive side of the ball. On the flip side, look at the basketball schedule. and see what folks are saying as opposed to football schedule. Ty, you always come in with the juice. I love that. Nobody's saying, man, the basketball schedule is hard. We got Duke.
Well, we're the first school ever to play the Elite Eight from last year. That's
But
pretty tough.
to our sentiments, nobody's saying, man, the schedule looks so tough in basketball. Because you expect them to win. That's a great comment, Ty. Great comment, Ty. I think that's why your birthday is in December, Sagittarius. We here. I don't. You guys. I don't. Okay.
Oh, Gemini, if you wanted to know.
Scorpio.
That's why it makes sense now. You two damn people. It makes sense. You're Adam and you're Payday AF, so it makes total sense. Total sense to me. Just a none. Hill from BYU or Jesse Mentor. Jesse Mentor. Where was he at?
Michigan.
Somebody who played at LSU years ago.
Wasn't he Michigan's?
Oh, you might bring some of that. Next year's music will be from the 50s. Hey man, you gotta respect the people who are at the front paying for those tickets, those season tickets.
Mm-hmm. He was Michigan's DC. He's the current Chargers defensive coordinator. You know where he was 2 stops before that? Baltimore Ravens. We won today. Did y'all?
Congrats. We didn't play today, so
you lost. So you didn't win today.
I see what you tried to do. Right?
You didn't win today.
That's
cool.
like saying Arkansas.
Cool. You didn't win today.
Arkansas had a bye week in football. I'm like, well, we did lose though.
Yeah. You didn't win today. Cool.
Do you guys do you lead the division right now? Because you won today.
I think we're tied.
So you don't lead. Gotcha.
All
right. Doesn't matter. My guy was Zach Arnett and Ryan Walters. Rod, tell me where these gentlemen are from. And isn't the guy who was at Baylor? What's the gentleman's name that's the head coach at Baylor?
Aranda.
Yeah, I think I liked him as a possibility. Justin
Zach Arnett. Oh, he was the one that was the former Mississippi State head coach that were pulled after.
Okay.
Michael Leach died.
Leach paid,
yeah. He is. Oh, he's the DC. Did they bring him back as defensive coordinator?
Mitchell has ties to Arkansas. Gotcha.
Where's he? UNLV from December. Oh no, he was at UNLV
and
until he resigned.
Mentor was born in Little Rock. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. I get it. Yeah.
You know who I wanted to get as offensive coordinator? He's at Colorado now.
Oh, yeah. But he's fine. It'd be interesting to see what that looks like. Meanwhile, Miss Teresa and Matt over there, the Chiefs are out. Kelsey cried. Mm-hmm. Fans cried, hallelujah, no Taylor Swift this postseason. Yeah, the dynasty is over.
Well, that and Mahomes tore his ACL today.
I think it was over before that, but yeah, that definitely solidified it. Nailing the coffin type action. Mark Stoops always has defenses. Absolutely. They beat Georgia 2 years ago at Kentucky, I think. Yeah. So it is what it is. All right, guys. What am I missing here as we go through these comments?
I don't really have anything. It's late. Let's see. Diego Pavia is out on his petty tour. All he's doing is hurting him whatever draft stock he had. So,
cool. Well, you said he's going to be in somewhere, Canada somewhere?
Yeah, he'll probably be in the CFL.
Yeah, and he may do numbers. He may do numbers up there.
Hey, did you see that CFL's moving their field goals to the back of the end zone?
That's smart.
Gotcha.
No more running into goalposts.
I'll tell you what. It'll be interesting to see next year. See Diego Pavia and his brothers in Toronto taking pictures with Drake in the club. I can see that.
I thought they were going to get like a Jersey Shore spinoff.
That's possible.
I mean,
anyhow, Mr. Hart, is there anything that we are missing or looking forward to hearing in the coming days in regards to Hog news? Something that we look forward to?
Well, we got the portal opening in January, so eventually we'll start having a lot more names in that area. But just maybe a couple more staff members. But that's really it. Just saying who's coming back.
Yeah. Who said Poppy Manziel Jr. with a hot mom? When I tell you, it seemed like it was a cameraman that was designated just to take pictures and video of his mom. That's wild. And she was with Theo Vaughn. That's the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know what.
I don't even know what Manziel's mom looks like.
No,
Let's find out.
Who was the worst PR team? Pavia? Oh, there you go. That was you transfer testing with the comment. Who has the worst PR team, Pavia or Yurchek? It's a 6-7 toss up. That was the comment I was looking for. Glad you brought that back, sir. Ryan says, do y'all remember who Albert Shelley was? I mean,
so if you were doing an episode of Smash or Pass,
A Night on Dixon Street, get it. Hey man, we talked about ages on here before. Hey, men don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Is it staff field? No, sir, it is not field. A couple people we looking to get some positions. Real quick before we get out of here, I do want to ask this one question for you guys. Y'all can tap into the comments before we close out for the night. What is the main position you expect that you want us to target the most via the portal? What do we want to hit the hardest in the portal?
Defensive line.
I think defensive line will be big, and quite frankly, I think we need new wide receivers.
Oh.
But no, I mean, I think that the wide receiver group was one of our weakest outside of, Omega Blake. We know from early on in the season, Crutchfield had some attitude issues that hopefully when we finally saw him at the end of the season. I'd love for him to stay and actually be able to contribute because he's got the athleticism in him. But overall, I think that KJ Jackson needs better targets. And outside of Braylon Russell, I agree with what Matt said about dropping about 20 pounds on Braylon Russell. I think that you have to find a Mike Washington replacement.
Yeah.
Because you think the past couple of seasons going from Jaquindon Jackson to Mike Washington, I think you've got to go find another running back like one of those.
Yeah. Guy 6'1", 6'2", can run between tackles.
Yeah.
And can break away and run between tackles. Yeah. And he could catch the ball well too.
Yeah.
So we need that at QB. Got to replace Washington running back. Memphis has a stud. And we need someone with a post in the DB role.
I mean, secondary Barry Odom has been awful. So our secondary has been atrocious for far too long. Bradley dropped 20 pounds, might run 20 pounds.
Russell is not RB1. As of right now, he's not.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if he only is going to be in 235 to 245 range or whatever, so be it. But at the same time, be the third down back, be the goal line back. We saw on several occasions that he's got 20, 30, 40-yard bursts in him. It's just a matter of the offensive line on a lot of that. But there's nothing wrong with him not being, the number one running back.
Right. You can have a complimentary back and still be impactful to the team.
Omega Blake is out of eligibility.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You got Jalen Brown coming back. So as long as
Maddox Lassiter coming back.
Yeah, you got the cousin back. You got CC, see what he can do. But yeah, definitely receivers. You're gonna have some coming in. You're gonna need some like running back, like you said.
Ojinga said Cam Settles from the View.
I was just about to say that. Yeah,
I mean, and he's going to be good. I truly feel like he's going to be good. But being 5'11", 206, I'd like to get somebody in here 6'1", 6'2", 225, 230. I mean, have a Thunder and Lightning. Have that 2 feature back. I don't think we need to go. And there's still the outside opportunity that AJ Green gets to come back if he redshirts.
Dang.
I mean,
6th year.
yeah, medical redshirt.
Speaking of that, it's Unk got eligibility. He considered a freshman, the receiver. They play
Monte
baseball.
Harrison, yeah, he was only a sophomore this season.
Yeah,
so he could be 31-year-old, 32-year-old.
sophomore or whatever.
30-40-yard burst, then miss the next 3 games. No lie, no cap. That's for real.
Yeah. Well, my cousin's the one that put him.
No, it's not tampering, and which there's no rules against tampering in college football.
There you go. Because I think if the wide receiver from Alabama ends up going to LSU, there's something to be said about that. What's his name? Ryan Williams.
Mm-hmm.
One of them young dudes who paint their fingernails. I don't know. He good, but he's suspect. It's good in college. There you go. He said he's good on the game. Is he over his injury? Are we talking about
Braylon? Didn't he have a concussion?
He got a concussion. He was out. They just, he had nothing to play for. And he got, apparently my cousin knocked him up a little.
He did what?
Knocked him up?
No, well, all right, sorry. In football, not in.
No, I played football. We never said, I never told him.
Knocked him out. Knocked him out. All right.
Not
I always said knock you out. Okay.
Skeet. All right. So, gonna draw Social Security when he loses eligibility. Hey, gotta find a way to work the system, get that money, my brother. No doubt about it. Monte Harris. Look, it has been a great show, guys. We are running long. We appreciate
Short
everyone.
show.
It's never a short show because
I did it.
out of all the shows that I watch, and I watch other people's podcasts, like I feel like one thing that we do well here is we cater to the people who take time to tune in and watch us. So me checking the comments and us talking through these comments, it's important because these people don't tune in and watch us. We don't have a show. So we definitely want to show our gratitude and thank you guys for checking us out.
Absolutely.
Offered me the job in college football 2026. I do want to say a shout out to Miss Shannon. It's her birthday. Was it yesterday? Either way it goes, she's Sagittarius. So I definitely want to give her a shout out on the show. I want to say her first name is Jenny. Could be wrong. Sorry if I'm wrong on that. But a happy birthday to you as well. Sagittarius, we're a different type of people. We're good people to have in your life. But we are who we are. Anyhow, like, subscribe, select all notifications, hit that notification bell, let us know when we go live so you don't miss us. And as always, tell a friend and tell a friend. With that being said, we are out of here this evening. You guys have a great week. I may have something surprise for you for next week. We're getting close to Christmas.
Wait, what is next week?
I don't know, but you should be
The
on the
week
show.
before Christmas.
There you go.
The 21st. Okay. Well, the 28th.
We
will not have a show.
We're talking about 21st.
In 2 weeks, we won't have a show because I won't be here.
But next week we will have a show.
I'll be in North Carolina with PD Pablo.
You want to take your shirt off?